as I wrap this up, I want to tell you, how does believing in Allah give you strength? How does it make you strong? Because by the way, anything else you seek other than Allah, because everything else is weak, you will be weak. You pursue Allah, you seek Allah, and because Allah is the source of all strength, it will make you strong. It'll make you strong. So I'll start with an example of a young woman. A young woman goes to, a young girl goes to elementary school, public school, and she's the only Muslim there, or there's like 2 other Muslims. And she's constantly being made fun of because of her name and because of her religion. And now she's getting older, and now she knows that maybe it's time for me to start wearing hijab, but she thinks about it a million times because she knows the kinds of comments that are going to be made in school, what people are going to say, what people are going to think. Then the prom's coming, and everybody's going to the prom, and people are asking, are you going? And she's like, well, from what I know, I'm not supposed to go, and how am I supposed to explain myself to people that I can't even go to this party? I just want to fit in. I want to be like everybody else. Why do I have to be so different? So this young girl goes to her mom, and she says, Mom, I want to go to the prom, or I want to go to this party, I want to go to this sleepover, or I want to go on this trip, or I want to buy this dress. And her mom says, you can't buy that dress. That's not an appropriate dress. That's not appropriate clothing. Mom, everybody wears it. Relax. It's okay. Whatever. You don't let me buy anything. Everything's haram, right? And so this girl gets agitated with Islam because it's keeping her from being like everyone else. She wants to be like everybody else, but she can't be because her mom or her dad keep telling her about this Islam thing that stops her from fitting in with everybody else. Everybody else gets to have a boyfriend. Everybody else gets to go to parties. Everybody else gets to do whatever, dress however. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then this girl, something happens in her that she realizes who Allah is. And somehow she becomes connected with Allah's book. And some things happen inside of her. One of the things that happens inside of her is she realizes she's been looking for acceptance in the wrong place. She's been looking to be accepted by the people around her. She's been looking to fit in with everybody else. But all of that was fake. None of that was real. Those people don't care about her. They barely care about themselves. They don't care. They're all living the fake life. Like every one of them is only doing it because the other one's doing it, and the other one's doing it because the other one's doing it, and nobody really knows why they're doing anything. They're all just sheep. And she woke up to this reality and realized the only one I really have to make happy is the one who put me on this earth. She came to this conclusion not through her parents, just on her own. Allah just gifted her with this realization. And the more she reads Quran, the more empowered she feels. So she puts the hijab on. And she goes to school. Only hijabi girl in school. She hears all kinds of horrible comments. Somebody even yanks it from behind and laughs. Oh, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. They laugh. And as she goes through all of this harassment, and on the inside, she isn't sad. On the inside, she's not sad for herself. She's only sad for everyone else. It's like how pathetic these people are. They have no meaning in their life. And how sad, how far down the road of shaitan they've gone, that they see one little sign of Allah's obedience and they find that disturbing. You know when people find obedience to Allah disturbing? When shaitan has won inside of their hearts. Like how far down the road, how much they've submitted to the way of shaitan, that they find my presence and the presence of a little sign of Islam agitating to themselves. I feel sad for them. Look at those girls that are barely dressed. They're dressed, but they're naked anyway. Why are they doing that? Only so some boy can stare at them and they can feel like they're worth something. Thank Allah, He taught me I'm worth more than that. That I'm not just some body to show off. Just some piece of flesh, like dogs at a dog show. That's not what I am. I'm not a horse at a horse show. I'm not something on display. I'm a person. Thank Allah, Allah dignified me with that. And she just feels this overwhelming sense of empowerment. So she doesn't feel like she has to dress in tight clothes anymore. She doesn't feel compelled that she has to wear a shorter skirt anymore. She doesn't feel like wearing makeup anymore. She's not a need to impress anyone anymore. Because the one she needed to impress, she's working on it, that's Allah. And everybody else, she feels above it all. She rose above it all. And realized, man, everybody else is enslaved to this fake lifestyle where they're just trying to impress each other, and she just sees how pathetic and empty that is. And she could just rise above it. There's a sense of superiority, at least in her faith. Not she's a better person than other people, but she realizes what Allah has given her has put her in such a superior position to everyone else. Man, she's a source of inspiration. And there are girls in school that gravitate towards her because of her confidence, because of how she stands up for herself. And they talk to her about their problems. They don't talk to anybody else, because they know this girl's got something that they just don't have. Some girls even accept Islam in high school because of that one girl, because she stood up for her faith. Same thing happens with a guy. I actually knew a young man who was the only Muslim in his high school. He memorized Quran. And when he finished memorizing Quran, his parents were worried because he was of the age to go to high school, and there were no Islamic high schools in the area. So they were deciding to move to another state so they can send him to an Islamic school. And he said, no, I want to go to public school. And they said, why? You memorize Quran. Why do you want to go to public school? He said, because I memorize Quran, I want to go to public school. They need this. Who's going to give them Islam? By the time he graduated, 16 people had become Muslim in his school. Not because he preached Islam, he just carried it. He wasn't ashamed of it. I don't have to answer anybody. I don't have to explain myself. People have to explain themselves. Someone who's obeying Allah, someone who understands they have a purpose in life, they have to explain themselves to people, or people that have no purpose and no function and don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. They have no idea why they're doing what they're doing. You know, why do you have to go here? I just do. Why? I just do. Don't ask. Just do it. Really? They're not in a position to be able to answer questions, not you. It makes you powerful. It makes you powerful. It gives you the power to question things around you and to question that there's something wrong. I'm not going to just do it because everybody else is doing it. It's wrong. It's stupid to me. Explain to me why it isn't stupid. Explain to me why other than a herd mentality I should do this. Because I was created more intelligent than a sheep. I'm not going to be part of a herd. I'm more intelligent than that. You know, sociologists who don't understand this concept, they ended up calling human beings, man is a social animal. You ever heard this phrase? Man is a social animal. You know what that means? That we do what society wants us to do. Not Muslims. Not Muslims. Once you get empowered with truth, man, you just don't care. Last comment about this, I promise. The most successful individuals in the world, even in the worldly sense, the most successful individuals that have pioneered inventions, that have launched businesses, that have become multi-billionaires, that have created solutions for the world, etc., you will notice something about them, something common. They never fit in. They never fit in. They weren't like everybody else. They were possibly the object of ridicule in their schools, in their colleges. They were not like, they did not want to be like everyone else. They were confident that they have something of value and they stuck with it. And they did not have to justify their speech, their fashion sense, their clothing, their choice in education, their attitude towards learning, their attitude towards life. They didn't have to explain any of that to anybody because they knew it's right. And they accomplished. That's the people you guys have to become. That's what it means to have value for Allah. When you have value for Allah, then you'll be empowered. You will not feel that weakness anymore. I pray that you're able to get over that, because that's one of the most powerful forces today. You know, the peer pressure that you feel is like a river flowing downstream, and everybody who jumps in that river flows with it. And with Islam, you are learning to swim upriver. It's not an easy climb, but if you have Allah holding on to you and pulling you up, you can do it. That's what this is. You're literally going to run to swim upriver. You're going to create a counterculture wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you're in England or in Australia or in America, you're going to have your own culture. It's going to be a new fabric in the American narrative. The Muslims that are American, Americans that are Muslim, like they have their own way of doing things. They have just their own way of doing things. It's going to be so superior, people are going to want to be like us. If you just stand up for yourself, people will want to be like us. Because we have something that they don't have. They do not have it. You know? I pray that inshallah ta'ala you guys become that generation of strength, that other people find strength in you guys. And you're not the source of weakness. you're actually the source of inspiration and strength. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.